Hey guys, Riot House here, and welcome to my first episode in a series of episodes detailing step-by-step walkthrough playthroughs of Gettysburg, Scourge of War, and its tutorials. After the tutorials, I'll follow up with actual battle gameplay, and then from that point we'll continue the series all the way up to final days of the Battle of Gettysburg. A little bit of information on this game and where it came from and who made it. The Scourge of War Gettysburg, it's a real-time 3D Civil War computer game, and it was developed by Norbsoft Dev. The company is headed by a renowned game designer named Norb Temko, and he was the designer of Mad Minute Games. And they also had another title called the Take Command series, basically built off the same engine that we're going to be playing here in this game. It's a next generation Civil War combat command simulator. It allows the players to be able to test themselves against the AI in the game, which is excellent, and some online play as well, so you can take it to your friends, or co-op together against the AI if you wanted to. And I played the Take Command series quite often throughout the last few years. This one in particular is newer, and I believe it came out last year, 2010. Well, that's a little bit of the background for the game itself, but let's go ahead and head into our first tutorial. And we're going to be doing Regiment and Brigade maneuvers today. We're going to learn the basics of maneuvering ourselves, a regiment, and a full brigade on the battlefield. And a brigade is made up of 2 to 7 regiments. Each regiment can have 65 to 700 men, but averages around 320 or so. Getting a full brigade of 1,500 men into the right formation, facing it in the right direction, takes practice. And this tutorial is going to help us get up to speed on that. Now, they do have a function where you can speed up time in this game. I won't be doing that. If you want, you can go ahead and skip ahead in the video to the next point of action. This is a step-by-step, in-depth tutorial to help get everybody on the same page. General Cutler, you are hereby appointed to command of the 2nd Brigade, 1st Division, 1st Army Corps. Your command consists of these infantry regiments: the 76th New York, commanded by Major Andrew J. Grover; the 84th New York, 14th Brooklyn, commanded by Colonel Edward Brush Fowler; the 95th New York, Colonel George H. Biddle; the 147th New York, Lieutenant Colonel Francis C. Miller; and the 56th Pennsylvania, commanded by Colonel John W. Hoffman. By command of Major General Hooker Daniel Butterfield, Major General and Chief of Staff. There you guys go. That was our first letter of correspondence from our Major General. This is the first tutorial for Scourge of War Gettysburg. This tutorial will teach you the basics of the game interface and how to command and move an infantry brigade. I'll also be doing my voiceover as well, so if you're still unsure about how to command your troops, you can always rewatch my Let's Plays. Your troops will be along in a while. Your first duty is to learn the basics of moving the camera, and then your character around on the battlefield. Scroll down to see the rest of this message. Alright, after we close this window, we will be looking at the back of our character, Major General Lysander Cutler. And the camera will be moved by using keyboard commands, as you can see here. S moves the camera backwards, A to the left, D to the right, Q will rotate it left and right, Z will toggle the zoom in or out, and space bar will move the camera up, shift will move the camera down. You could also use your mouse wheel to do the up-down movements. Here's some of the mouse commands. As I said, the mouse wheel to move your camera up or down. Right click and hold, and you can actually toggle and move your camera view all over the screen. And moving the cursor to left or right of the edge of the screen will also move you up, down, left, right, respectively. If we get turned around and not sure where our character is, we can click Go to Me, and the Go to Me button is right here. This little this little square icon, diamond icon down here that says Me on it. Okay, so let's go ahead and hit that. And here we are. Let me use the right mouse button. Let's scroll around and take a look at our guy here. Brigadier General Lysander Cutler, with his attendant staff as well. Okay. Now, they want us to move to a location, I'm sure. Yeah, moving yourself. The next part is moving yourself around on the battlefield. This is done by double-clicking the cursor on the ground where you want your commander to end up. To add a waypoint to a destination, hold down the control key and double-click on the selected points to create a path of movement. When you do this correctly, a small arrow and a corps flag will pop up. There's the corps flag. The direction the commander is facing on arrival may be changed by using the left wheel or right wheel buttons over here. So I'll be showing you guys that soon. Okay, so that'll be your default position when you reach that location. You'll be facing that direction, which is very important in this game, especially when you're dealing with units. Not so much with the Brigadier General, but we'll get to that. Default speed is at the walk, so you'll be walking around quite a lot in this game. You could also do leader double click, and you'll gallop to the location. And those buttons can be found right here. Here's the double speed, double quick. Okay. You can also order your unit anytime to halt. Here's your halt button right here. And let's see here. But your commander himself has his own. These are all your commander's commands that he can make. You can have your commander stop. If you hit this button, every unit that's under his command is going to stop. Okay, that's what that button does. This one will just stop your commander. So these are your unit commands. Okay, these are your commander orders. Okay, so let's go ahead and move our commander around now. Let's go to him. Now let's find out the location. There's our objective right here. So we're going to order our commander, Brigadier General Cutler, to move to the location. You can see our flag there, along with the arrow designating the directional facing that our commander will come to rest once he reaches that location. Let's go ahead and follow our leader here. You can see they're just trotting on their horses, back straight, in the saddle. And while our commander's doing that, let's take a quick look at the world around us. This is one section of a gigantic map that historically reflects what Gettysburg and the area surrounding it looked like at the time. Alright, he's taking his time, but if we want, we can always make him move at the double quick. Now you can see our general is galloping to the destination. This tutorial is going to give us units to move and interact with progressively from 1 brigade to 2 to 3 all the way up to 5 and even more. It's going to run us through drills in combat, formations, etc. Staff Advisor, moving your troops. Here's one of your infantry regiments, the 76th New York. When you click on the flag of a unit or commander, they display changes to show information and commands for that unit. When you click on the flag of the 76th New York, you will see a number of items of useful information. The details are described in the game manual, which is well worth reading. I can't show you guys that. You'll have to purchase the game in order to see that, or download it on their website. I will leave a link of the website and information there on in the comment section of the in the description section of the video itself, so you'll be able to scroll down and look at that later. An individual unit under your command may be moved directly. Click on the flag of the 76th New York to select it. This unit can be moved using the same method you used with General Cutler. Try moving them around on their own. And here we go. An individual regiment can be placed in several different formations. The line, which is primarily our main combat formation, actually we will be fighting all the time in the line, is a standard fighting formation. The column of divisions is an intermediate formation used to move on the battlefield in a combat formation. Okay? You'll move faster in this formation than in a line formation, but when you also need to retain the ability to move rapidly into a line if the enemy is sighted. So everybody will march in line in column by divisions shortly before you're about to engage in combat. So that's the best way to move quickly around while in line formation. There is also the column formation, which is used for longer distance marching, preferably out of range of enemy contact. You'll take massive casualties if you're in a line formation and you're getting hit by enemy artillery, for instance. Skirmish is a formation used for one regiment to precede the rest of the brigade to screen the brigade and locate any enemy units in front of the brigade. Primarily I use the skirmish formation when I'm about to enter into wooded areas and I want to screen the woods using a picket line, for instance. That's one way to also keep an eye on large tracts of land. Okay. There are two command pairs that are quite useful for a regiment in line. Place the regiment in line formation and then see what these commands can do for you. First, these two are left-right flank, and we'll be doing those. And this is quite useful in moving a regiment that is blocked from firing by another regiment partly overlapping the firing line. So they can move flank. They'll move the whole line. The whole line will move to the right without breaking up their line formation. So you can make room for regiments. And the other pair is left-right oblique. It's the same pattern, but you're going diagonally off to one side. It's a diagonal move without exposing a vulnerable flank to enemy fire, which is very important. If you start getting flank fire on your brigades, they're going to take massive morale losses and increased casualties. As you can imagine, a bullet traveling down the length of a line has a higher chance of striking somebody, if not multiple individuals. When we are done practicing, we'll move General Cutler in the 76th New York under the objective symbol floating in the sky right over here, and progress with the tutorial. So here's the 76ers. Actually, they're not the 76ers, but here's the 76th New York Brigade. They're getting a defensive terrain bonus. You can see their morale right here is good, and they're fully rested. This right here is will give their weapon details for the unit itself, which seems to have mixed calibers of weapons and 60 ammunition. So each soldier's carrying 60 shot. Alright, so we're going to command this brigade individually without the use of our brigadier general at the moment. So let's go ahead and take this unit, and we'll have them move to this location We'll have them wheel right as such. They'll move into position in column. There's 375 men in this unit, and you can see they're the 2nd Brigade of this division. They belong to 1st Division, 1st Corps. So now our men are all in line, in column. Let's go ahead and have them move to line formation. Now they'll spread out along a line. This will be their fighting formation when they're engaging enemies in combat. And it's paramount that they're able to quickly perform this maneuver on the battlefield, because undoubtedly they will be coming under enemy fire when they're performing this maneuver. So the quicker they can do it, the better. Now, the next formation that we're going to practice for this unit is column by divisions. And they'll quickly move into column by divisions. And you can see how this is practical. They can quickly move from this position into a line of fire much quicker than they could from column formation. And they still maintain a fair amount of mobility, as I'll demonstrate right here. Now they would move faster while in column, but it would take them longer to move into line formation from column. And then say if they had enemies in front of them, the second they were able to reach the fence, we can then put them into line formation, and they would quickly move to line and be ready for battle. Always ensure your men are on the fence themselves, and you'll see a defensive icon bonus pop up. Hit the halt button once they're there. And now our men are holding terrain that gives them a defensible bonus along this fence line here, and they're in line formation. So they're ready to rock and roll. Alright. But we have a fair bit of marching to do, so we're going to move our men back into column formation. General Cutler is going to move up here. And then from General Cutler, we'll give the command column. In that order, we'll go down to all the brigades under his command, and they'll all move into column formation where General Cutler wants them, where he is at. So if we had, pretty soon we'll get a couple more units. Right now we're only commanding 375 men, but by the end of this tutorial we should have somewhere around 1,500 men under our command in several different brigades. I want you guys to pay attention to this clock down here. It's 9 a.m. and it's real time. You can see the seconds ticking by. So, and you can see the average walk speed of a normal man. All information pretty much accurate. So this game is vast and huge, and it's real time. You can speed the time up in the game as well by hitting the plus key on your keyboard. If you hit the minus key, it'll revert back to normal time. Okay. Commanding movement of more than one regiment. Here are 2 more regiments in your brigade. These are the 84th New York, 14th Brooklyn, and the 95th New York. The 84th was originally a militia unit and has kept its New York State militia number as part of its unit designation. We can select General Cutler and click on the line formation button. Note that the state flags appear to be marked to mark the destination positions of individual regiments, which I'll point out quite soon. Now that we have multiple regiments, also try the column formation button as well, and take some time to try both of these commands. And when you're done practicing, move General Cutler and all 3 regiments under the objective symbol, floating in the sky, and blah de blah de blah. We'll do that. We'll do that immediately. Here we go. Here's the 95th. You can see that their uniforms are not all matching, hence their militia status, but they're good fighting men. 241 of them volunteered. We also have the 84th New York. Notice their special uniforms here. Those are Zouaves, and they were known for their courage and bravery and their impeccable uniforms. Okay, so now let's take General Cutler here. Let's order the men to move here, wheel that right a little bit, and order them into column. Now all of our units will march in column to that position. So it's pretty much simple. Double-clicked General Cutler here, wheeled him right a little bit to face the direction I wanted him to face, which is towards the objective, and then gave the order for column. So all units under his command, because we selected General Cutler, will follow that command as a division and fall into column by regiment.